Are you tired for searching for a vocalist that doesn't ask a shit ton of money just to record some quality vocals? Then this is the right tutorial for you. In this tutorial I will show you how to create some decent vocals with your own voice. So let's get straight into this. In this tutorial I will be using some sounds of our brand new pack called Selection, which is a selected inspired preset and sample pack for Serum and Silent, which comes with a lot of cool stuff. So if you want to check that out, go to the link in the description, and any support is always appreciated. For this project I just started out with some simple chords which sound like this. And the preset that I'm using is also in the pack. After I made these chords, I just thought of some simple lyrics and recorded them. My singing skills are pretty bad, but we will fix that later on. Love you now. Just let me love you now. So the first thing you want to do is to route the vocal to a mixer channel. And the first thing I'm going to put on top of it is an auto-tune. And this will make sure just the vocal is in key with the track. And for this track I'm working in C major, so yeah, let's select C major in the auto-tune plugin. And this will make a big difference already. Just put up the retune speed a little bit like this, and then they will sound like this. Love you now, just let me love you now. And I want to do another thing with my vocal, and that's to form and shift it. And what forming shifting is that it can make your vocal sound higher or lower without changing the pitch. I will show you what it does. We can do this with this button over here. And let's bring it down to around here. Love you now. Just let me love you now. Now we'll add some basic EQ. Let's just cut out a bit of the low frequencies because the vocal has a lot of low frequencies in there. Love you now. Just let me love you now. Love you now. And let's boost some of the high mid end. Love you now. Just let me love you now. Love you now. Just let me love you. Love you now, 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 love you now. And I'm also cutting away a bit of the high end because there are some sharp frequencies in there. And now we're going to add some magic to the vocal, which is reverb actually. This will make sure the vocal doesn't sound dry anymore. So let's make a pretty big size, a bit of low cut, and a decay around 2 seconds I think. Love you now. Just let me love you now. That sounds good. Let's add another plugin, which is Fruity Delay 2. For the people who don't know what a delay is, it's just a kind of echo effect, which means the vocal is being repeated after the signal plays. So let's select it to ping pong mode. It will just give a cool effect. Lower down the input volume and a bit of cutoff. You can change up the time to 4 or 3. I will leave it on 3 for this one. So yeah, let's preview how this sounds. Love you now. Just let me love you now. The vocal already sounds pretty decent, but I'm going to add another layer underneath it, which is this vocal, which is basically the same vocal, but then I pitch it up an octave higher. And you can do the trick with this button over here, which is the pitch button. It sounds pretty stretched right now. Love you now. But we'll add some reverb just to make sure it's a kind of further away in the mix. Let's start off by adding an EQ to this. I will be using the preset called Radio, which is in the basic presets of the EQ. And it will make it sound like it's more a radio vibe thing. I don't know exactly. But it just gives a cool effect. Love you now. Now let's add some reverb with the standard Fruity Reverb 2. I will do the same as I did with the other vocal. Love you now.
Just let me love you now.
And to make it sound further away in the mix, you can lower down the dry slider over here. So then it will sound like this.
Love you now. Just let me love you now.
When I put the two vocals on top of each other, they will sound like this together.
Love you now. Just let me love you now.
In my opinion, these vocals sound pretty good and they can definitely be used in a selected style track. And I will give you an example of how you can use these vocals in your own tracks. I just made a quick breakdown which sound like this.
Love you now. Just let me love you now. Love you now. Just let me love you now. Love you now. Just let me love you now.
I hope you can create your own vocals with this trick for your next track. I think these are pretty cool tricks, so let me know if you're going to use them or not. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.